What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Alienware m18 with a 7900m gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're gonna check out Star Wars Outlaws again, only this time at 1440. Now, 1080p, flawless. Well, it was flawless FPS-wise, but there was one spot where I saw like a little graphical anomaly. I don't know if that happened on the AMD 15 Advantage or not. I can't remember. It might have happened. I just didn't notice it. It might not have happened. I can't say one way or the other, but I definitely remembered that happening on this thing. Now, game breaking or anything, but I definitely took notice of it. And it was probably FrameGen's fault if I had to take a stab in the dark and take a guess, but I can't prove that. I don't have the technology to prove that, so that's just my assumption. So, in this video, we're gonna try out 1440p. We're just gonna go through the same exact rigmarole as last time at 1080, just at 1440 this time. So, always keep in mind that OBS does kill some FPS. That's why you should always watch the very end just to see what unhindered FPS is like at whatever I chose to run it at, which I think is like FrameGen and all that stuff. So, with all that out of the way, to the game. All right, so here's the settings we're gonna start with at 1440p. First off, sorry the colors are all fucked up. I forgot to turn HDR off again like an idiot. I forget to do that on this computer for some reason. It's not really that big of a problem on any of the other computers. For some reason on this one, I keep forgetting. And then I remembered to turn it off when I fixed the recording being all slow. I think the recording right after this settings is like all slow and laggy. I think I fixed that and then turned off HDR, but it still didn't stick. Probably because I didn't quit out of the game again. If I would have quit out of the game again, it probably would have been okay. But that's why it's the way it is. So, let's get into the game. All right, well, unfortunately, the video recording was like crap, but the FPS and everything wasn't the worst. But the game itself was not running like this. I cannot stress that enough. If it was, you'd see it in the frame times. And obviously this is way less than 60 FPS would appear to be. But if I don't say that, I'm sure there's a couple people out there that'd probably go, oh, what the hell, this game runs like shit on this thing. I don't want to play on here. But nope. And I think I fixed the recording after this. Unless it just faked me out and was fine for the next recording and then went right back to doing this again. So, we're probably not going to get too much gameplay like this, because this is pretty horrible looking. And it just makes the thing look bad, but we'll get like a minute or so, just to make it easier for people to click on in the chapters that I always put in my videos. Wow, that like completely stopped recording frames for like a couple seconds there, here and there. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Alright, well, we made it to around a second, so let's go in here, pick this thing up. Or a minute, not a second. And now let's go ahead and go move on to the next setting, and hopefully I fixed it. Looked like I did, but I guess I don't know that for a fact. Alright, so here's the settings we're going to try next. Medium settings. Alright, let's get into the game. Alright, here we go. And it seems like it doesn't run like garbage anymore. The recording, I mean. The frame rate was never really a problem, but there was a couple of points I think it was going to drop under 60.
Next shipment's coming in.
So, this would probably be a almost surefire way to stay over 60. But then there's also the FSR option and FrameGen and all sorts of other options. We'll go through those too. And then, of course, you can go through all the different settings and just sit there one at a time and figure stuff out. I'd do that again if I didn't have so many systems to do it on. I kind of screwed myself out of doing that by having so many different computers. If it was just the ASUS G15 Advantage and like the Steam Deck, I could totally handle that. But now we've got like the little Firebat mini PC, the Ally, my TV PC, my main PC, my secondary PC, both laptops. That's a lot of stuff, and I'm going to be making another little mini PC in my bedroom, because that other one is just pissing me off with its VRAM being terrible. Because I might want to play some games on there, you know? Stuff on my Steam Deck can't play. Usually I'll just use my Steam Deck in bed, but might want to play some games in bed, you know, on the TV, and that'd be fun. So I decided let's make another computer and then make it more of like a mid-range PC, although with high-end PC freaking price, because I had made it so small, and small things are overpriced. Now we shall try FSR, just like we did on the ASUS G15 Advantage, and we did at 1080p on this guy. So it's just on quality, and everything else is on high. So here's all the advanced settings and stuff. Alright. Let's not waste any more time, and let's get ourselves back into the game. Here we go. FSR is on. It's on quality with a base of 1440p. And it seems like we're getting pretty good frame rates. We don't have frame gen on yet. That's next. And again, sorry the colors and everything all fucked up. I left HDR on, and then I turned it off, hoping it would just, you know, take it and not have it be all messed up anymore, but it seems like I would have had to probably restart the game again. I had to restart the game to even get the game to work in the first place on this system. After switching the monitor from just the laptop screen to my secondary monitor, this game was just crashing over and over again. It would launch, you'd see like the little Ubisoft Connect thing up in the corner, and that would just freeze. And then the thing, even if I let it sit there for like 10 minutes, it would just freeze. I was thinking, oh, well, maybe it's loading something and it's just being weird. But nope. I probably could let it sit there all day and it would never have done anything, you know? But a quick restart and then had no problems after that. No more crashes on this guy. Now I did, however, have a crash on the main PC. Only one, but that means if I played it on there, it'd probably crash a bunch. And that'd be annoying. So hopefully it doesn't do that on everything, but that's the only thing it really crashed on besides this one in the beginning. But once we got in there, no crashes at all. But again, didn't play for a super long time, but once I got into the game, I never exited the game. Except for on the desktops. Those ones I did so I could turn HDR on and have it take. Because I figured once I saw these fucked up, I was like, oh, okay, well, now we know that. At least for this game, got to turn it off beforehand. Wish I would have remembered, then these would have probably looked good. Especially after I made it not record like shit and get like 5 FPS and 0 FPS. It was almost getting negative FPS. And it was I figured out what it was. I just had the wrong, somehow OBS changed my API I was using for recording. I put it on like software or something like that. And I had it be like hardware, like HVE or HVAC or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. But anyway, let's move on. We shall finish up with a little frame gen now. So let's look at the settings first. And then we'll get some camera recorded gameplay with frame gen and FSR 3 on quality as well. And we're just going to leave it on high, just like we had it for just regular old FSR. Well, that's that. It's game time. Here we go with a little frame gen now. And it seems like it gets pretty damn good frame time still. I think there was once or twice I saw it get like a little tiny little stutter. But maybe I was thinking of a different system. I did so many today. I didn't even try the Steam Deck, Asus Ally, or Firebat Mini PC. Yeah, I figured I'd do the stuff I know for a fact could actually play it, at least with playable frame rates. I don't know if any of those can play the game, let alone get playable frame rates. They all might just crash back. Nope, fuck you, don't have enough VRAM. So, I'll test those out tomorrow. I also figured this game has a Nuvo. I don't know if it does or not. I just figured it did. And even though I'm getting it from, what do they call that thing? Ubisoft Plus. That still probably runs Nuvo and goes, oh, nope, you've played on too many computers. You can't do that. I don't know that for a fact. I just assumed it would. So I figured I'd just go tomorrow at 5 and finish up those 3 and see if they run it at all. They'll probably be short videos because they probably can't run it well. Unless you use frame gen. Maybe it could get playable, or say it's getting playable frame rates with the frame gen, but we all know it probably won't be. Because then it can say you're getting, oh yeah, you're getting 30, and then you can look at your screen and it's getting like 2-3 FPS. That's what Final Fantasy 16 demo was like on the Steam Deck anyway. I was like training with some dude and it was like literally going at 2-3 FPS is what it looked like. But the thing was like, oh no man, you're getting like 25 to 30. And I'm like, yeah, bullshit. And that's why that's dangerous at like sub 60 FPS. It can give you the false appearance like you're getting good frame rates, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, why is everything so slow?
Okay? I need to give you something.
Alright, let's pick this up, and now, let's move on to a little camera. So, let's get some camera recorded gameplay now. Unhindered from recording and all that stuff.
Hey, come here.
Yeah, definitely some smooth frame times. Sometimes if you're looking way in the background there, you can see some random glitches and stuff. And just like on 1080p, I think that's just frame gen's fault. I wasn't seeing any of that when I didn't have frame gen on. But it does smooth your frame time out, so you gotta decide, is a random artifact here and there worth having smoother frame times, or do you not want that? Just turn it back off and just have FSR. That's why I like PCs, you got options. No one's forcing you to be like, nope, this is the way you're playing. So, suck it.
Okay? I need to give you something.
Hey, come here.
I don't want to. I thought there was another item to grab. Nope, already petted one of those. Don't need to pet anymore.
Okay? I need to give you something.
I'm not letting you give me shit. Ha! Those people just kind of popped in out of nowhere. Again, I don't know if that was just the game or if that was frame gen doing that, but definitely saw that happen. though, I think that's plenty of camera recorded gameplay, so why don't we go ahead and wrap this video on up. Well, alright guys, that's a wrap. Star Wars Outlaws at 1440 on the Alienware M18 with the 7900M. It did a pretty good job. It couldn't quite handle it, you know, maxed out natively anymore and get 60 everywhere. It was still able to get 60 some of the time, but I feel like in the more advanced part, I'm sure there's harder to run spots further in the game where it'd probably drop quite a bit more. So it looks like you're going to have to use FSR if you want a 60 plus FPS experience, and then if you want a little icing on the cake and want super good frame times, turn on frame gen. I know the frame rate is fake, but the actual like not having frame time spikes seems to be real. I mean, maybe that's fake somehow, but I feel like I'd still notice if it was dropping and getting big frame time spikes. I usually do. But in any case, that's all I got for you guys for this particular video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.